Howdy, folks, and welcome to Saddle and Sixskin. Are you ready to ride into the heart of the Old West with a story that'll stay with you long after the campfires died down? Here at Saddle and Sixskin, we love sharing tales that celebrate the spirit of adventure, the resilience of the human heart, and the captivating history of the American frontier. If that sounds like your cup of coffee, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Saddle and Sixskin so you don't miss a single frontier saga. We are thrilled to have you with us. What happens when a young boy's simple choice dramatically alters not just his own future, but ultimately reshapes the destiny of an entire Native American tribe? Today, we're diving into a compelling story that's all about courage, about deeply held traditions, and the surprising power of a single decision to defy the expected. Think about it. How often do we truly consider the ripple effects of the choices we make, big or small? This narrative is a reminder that sometimes, the most profound changes come from the most unexpected places. Are you prepared to journey with us as we unpack this captivating tale? Let's mount up and ride. Now, as you listen to this captivating narrative unfolding, I encourage you to share your thoughts in the comments below. What parts of the story resonate with you? What emotions does it evoke? And, most importantly, where in the world are you tuning in from? Let us know if you are enjoying this story. Also, tell us why you are a follower of Saddle and Sixskin. Are you a history buff? A lover of westerns? Or perhaps you're simply seeking a good story to brighten your day? We love connecting with our community, and we value your insights and perspectives. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Saddle and Sixskin if you appreciate a great Western story. We are thrilled to share these great stories with you. The relentless Texas summer sun blazed down mercilessly on the Comanche settlement, which was nestled deep within the vast, unforgiving plains of West Texas. The year was 1872, a time of constant friction and uneasy truce between the Native American tribes and the encroaching white settlers. Picture Blackwolf, standing tall and resolute outside his tepee. His gaze is drawn towards the distant mountains, his stoic eyes reflecting a lifetime of hardship and loss, having witnessed far too much death and suffering to his people. He's a man weathered by time, carrying the weight of his tribe's survival on his broad shoulders. 3 long winters have passed since the devastating loss of his beloved wife, Morningflower, who tragically succumbed to a white man's disease, leaving Blackwolf alone to raise their son, Little Fox, who is now just 10 winters old. Think about the isolation Blackwolf must have felt, raising his young son in such a challenging environment, still struggling with the grief of his loss. Little Fox approaches his father, his small moccasins kicking up small clouds of dust as he walks. "Father," he says, his voice tinged with a childlike innocence and a touch of melancholy. The other boys in the village all have mothers. Mothers who prepare their meals, tell them stories, and care for them. Why must I be different? Why must I grow up without a mother's love? Blackwolf places a weathered hand, calloused from years of hunting and warfare, on his son's small shoulder. His gaze softens as he looks into Little Fox's innocent eyes, recognizing the longing in his heart. "Our ways are hard, my son," he replies, his voice laced with a mixture of tenderness and sorrow. "The spirits took your mother from us far too soon." Little Fox, his young mind struggling to grasp the complexities of life and death, persists. "Then why not find another mother, father? Running Deer's father took a new wife when his died. Why can't you do the same for me?" Blackwolf sighs deeply, watching a hawk circle overhead, a symbol of freedom and resilience, but also a reminder of the constant struggle for survival. "It is not so simple, Little Fox," he says. "Choosing a mother is not a task to be taken lightly. Now, consider the weight of tradition and responsibility Blackwolf is carrying. It is not as easy as just going out and finding any other spouse. Do you feel like Blackwolf is struggling on what is best for his son? Have you been through the process of remarrying? In order to fully raise a future Comanche warrior, a mother must be strong, wise, and possess a heart filled with goodness. She must be worthy to impart their traditions to him. It is a big decision, isn't it? We are halfway through this story, so don't forget to like and subscribe to Saddle and Sixskin if you appreciate a great Western story. That evening, as the council fire blazed under a vast blanket of stars, casting dancing shadows on the faces gathered around it, Blackwolf sought counsel from Wise Owl, the tribe's respected elder, a man known for his profound wisdom and connection to the spiritual realm. "My son needs a mother," Blackwolf confessed, his voice tinged with a hint of vulnerability. "But I cannot simply choose any woman. The responsibility is too great, the stakes too high." Wise Owl nodded sagely, the firelight flickering across his deeply lined face, each wrinkle a testament to a life lived in harmony with nature and guided by ancient traditions. "Then do not choose," Wise Owl advised, his voice calm and measured. "Let the boy decide. Let Little Fox choose the woman who will become his mother." Blackwolf protested, taken aback by the suggestion. "He is but a child, Wise Owl. How can a child possibly make such a significant decision?" Wise Owl smiled gently, his eyes twinkling with ancient wisdom. "Children see with clear eyes, Blackwolf. Their hearts are not yet clouded by the complexities and prejudices that often blind us adults. Let the spirits guide him." Imagine being Blackwolf and hearing these words. What would you feel? Would you have the courage to put something so important in the hands of your young son? "Bring 5 of our strongest and most virtuous women warriors before him," Wise Owl continued. "Let him observe them, learn from them, and ultimately choose the one whose spirit speaks most deeply to his own." Blackwolf considered this, weighing the potential risks and rewards of such an unconventional approach. "But what if he chooses unwisely?" he asked, his voice filled with concern. Wise Owl simply smiled once more. "The heart of a child often sees what we cannot," he replied. "Trust in the wisdom of our ancestors, Blackwolf. They will guide Little Fox's heart and lead him to the right choice." The following day, Blackwolf summoned 5 of the tribe's most respected women warriors. Strong Deer, known for her unparalleled skills with a bow and knife, her agility and precision unmatched. Running Stream, the fastest rider among the women, her connection with horses legendary. Eagle Eye, whose aim never faltered, her accuracy with a bow and arrow renowned throughout the tribe. Night Sky, revered for her wisdom and knowledge of ancient traditions, her insights sought by all. And finally, Wild Rose, fierce in battle but gentle with children, her compassionate heart evident to all. Have you ever been a part of a community where everyone knew what your role was? Everyone knew the strengths and weaknesses of each member? It is the way the Comanche tribe worked and allowed them to excel. "One of you will become mother to my son, Little Fox," Blackwolf announced, his voice resonating with authority. "He will observe you for 7 days, learning your skills, hearing your stories, and understanding your way of life. At the end of the 7th day, he will make his choice." The women nodded, honored by the selection, understanding the profound responsibility that lay ahead. And so began the week of observation and learning. Each woman began spending time with Little Fox, eager to demonstrate their strengths and connect with him on a personal level. Strong Deer taught him to craft arrows that flew true, sharing her secrets of precision and balance. Running Stream showed him how to speak with horses, teaching him the language of their movements and the importance of trust. Eagle Eye helped him improve his aim, sharing her techniques for focus and concentration. Night Sky shared ancient stories beneath the stars, weaving tales of the tribe's history and the wisdom of their ancestors. Wild Rose taught him about healing herbs and sang Comanche lullabies he had not heard since his mother's passing, filling his heart with a sense of comfort and peace. Throughout those first 4 days, Little Fox found things to admire in each woman, qualities that resonated with him and sparked his curiosity. Strong Deer's skill with a bow and arrow fascinated him. Running Stream's connection with horses captivated him. Eagle Eye's precision inspired him. Night Sky's knowledge intrigued him, and Wild Rose's kindness warmed his heart. Each of the 5 women had great qualities that could help the young man grow into a strong member of the Comanche tribe. However, on the 5th day, everything changed drastically. Blackwolf's hunting party returned to the settlement with unexpected spoils, something that would disrupt the fragile peace and alter the course of their lives forever. Among the horses and buffalo hides was a captive, a white woman with hair the color of sunlit wheat fields and eyes like the summer sky. Her dress was torn, her face streaked with dust and tears, evidence of the trauma she had endured. But despite her disheveled appearance, she stood tall, unbroken by her capture, her spirit defiant and unyielding. "We found her wagon attacked by Kiowa," explained Rushing Water, Blackwolf's trusted friend and skilled warrior. "Her husband and the others were dead. She fought back with a rifle until it was empty, defending herself with unwavering courage." Have you ever lost a spouse? If so, how did you cope with the process? Losing a spouse and then being kidnapped must have been so difficult for this woman to process. Blackwolf approached the woman, his gaze assessing her with a mixture of curiosity and suspicion. "What is your name?" he asked, his voice commanding. She lifted her chin defiantly, meeting his gaze without flinching. "Sarah Mitchell," she replied, her voice clear and strong despite her ordeal. "You are brave for a white woman," Blackwolf observed, his words laced with a hint of grudging respect. "You will work for our tribe until I decide your fate." Little Fox watched from the shadows, fascinated by the strange woman with the golden hair, the color so different from the dark braids of the Comanche women he knew. Where others turned away, repulsed by her foreignness, he saw her kneel to help a toddler who had fallen, speaking soft words in a language he didn't understand, but in a tone that needed no translation, a tone of compassion and empathy. That night, Little Fox slipped away to where Sarah was being held under guard, his curiosity and empathy driving him forward. "Are you a spirit?" he asked in broken English, a language he had learned from the white traders who occasionally visited their settlement. Sarah looked up, surprised by the appearance of the young boy. "No," she replied gently, her eyes softening with compassion. "I'm just a woman." Little Fox hesitated, then spoke with the simple honesty of a child. "My mother died," he said simply. "Father says I must choose a new mother from the warrior women." Sarah's eyes softened with empathy. "I'm sorry about your mother," she said. "That's a big decision for someone so young." "You have kind eyes," Little Fox observed, his observation as clear and bright as the sky after a cleansing rain. Before Sarah could respond, a guard shooed Little Fox away, sending him back to his tepee. But the boy's words lingered with her through the long night, sparking a glimmer of hope amidst her despair. "What do you think about the actions of Little Fox? Are you surprised by his actions? Remember that now is a great time to like and subscribe to Saddle and Sixskin. We want you to be a member of the Saddle and Sixskin family." 2 more days passed. The 5 Comanche women continued their efforts to win Little Fox's favor, showering him with attention and demonstrating their skills and virtues. Meanwhile, Sarah was put to work tanning hides and helping with cooking, her hands quickly adapting to the harsh demands of her new life. Despite her captivity, she worked with quiet dignity, never complaining about her circumstances, her resilience earning the respect of some of the Comanche women. Little Fox found reasons to be near her, drawn to her quiet strength and the way she treated everyone with kindness. He watched how she worked with a quiet dignity, never complaining despite the harshness of her circumstances. On the 7th day, the day of decision, the tribe gathered in the center of the settlement. The 5 women warriors stood in a line, adorned in their finest dress, their faces reflecting a mixture of anticipation and apprehension. Blackwolf called Little Fox forward, placing a hand on his shoulder. "My son, you have observed these worthy women. You have witnessed their strength, their wisdom, and their compassion. Now, it is time to choose. Choose who will be your new mother." Imagine the pressure on this young boy. How would you handle it? Silence fell over the gathering, every eye focused on Little Fox as he prepared to make his life-altering decision. He looked at each of the 5 women, acknowledging them with respect, a silent thank you for their efforts. Then, to everyone's shock and surprise, he turned toward the edge of the circle, where Sarah stood with the other workers, her face etched with a mixture of exhaustion and resignation. "I choose her," he said clearly, pointing to the golden-haired captive. "What?" Gasps rippled through the assembly, a wave of astonishment washing over the crowd. Blackwolf's face darkened like storm clouds, his expression a mixture of disbelief and anger. "No," he protested. "She is not one of us. She is a prisoner, a captive. You cannot choose her." Little Fox stood his ground, his voice filled with unwavering conviction. "You said I could choose, Father. You gave me your word. Her heart is strong, like Comanche. She fights for life, like Comanche. Her hands are gentle, like my mother's." Blackwolf looked at his son, then at Sarah, who stood frozen in shock, her eyes wide with disbelief. The tribe waited, the tension as thick and palpable as buffalo hide. "The boy has chosen," Wise Owl finally spoke, breaking the silence with his calm, authoritative voice. "Perhaps the spirits guide his heart in ways we cannot understand." Blackwolf stared hard at Sarah, his gaze piercing. "Woman, my son has chosen you. Do you accept this responsibility? Do you accept to become mother to a Comanche child?" Sarah looked at Little Fox's hopeful face, then at the hostile expression surrounding her, the anger and resentment radiating from the 5 women warriors who had been passed over. In that moment, she knew that her decision would change everything, not just for herself, but for the entire tribe. What do you think she will say? Imagine her mind as she looked around at this point. If you are enjoying these stories and want more great content on Saddle and Sixskin, don't forget to like and subscribe. "I accept," she said firmly, her voice ringing out with unexpected strength and determination. Are you surprised by her answer? The announcement sent shockwaves through the Comanche settlement, dividing the tribe into factions. Blackwolf's warriors muttered their disapproval, questioning the wisdom of entrusting a white woman with the care of a Comanche child. The 5 women warriors who had been passed over for a white captive struggled to hide their humiliation and resentment, their dreams of motherhood shattered. But amidst the turmoil, Sarah stood as still as stone, understanding that her survival now depended on her ability to adapt to a life she never could have imagined, a life she never would have chosen. And there you have it, folks. A tale of unexpected choices, cultural clashes, and the resilience of the human spirit. What do you think will happen next? Will Sarah find a way to bridge the gap between her world and the Comanche way of life? Will Blackwolf accept her as a mother to his son? We are honored to have you as part of our Saddle and Sixskin family and want you to like and subscribe. Thank you for joining us on Saddle and Sixskin.